Bowman live. Welcome to the program on tonight. Welcome to the conversation. According to Reuters, Palestinians appeal for help with a short-term shelter in Gaza. So let's get down to this. Here's the summary of what's happening. Gaza needs $6.5 billion in temporary housing aid, PA officials say. Hamas requests 200,000 tents, 60,000 caravans for displaced Gazans. Impediments to importing medical and shelter equipment remain. With fighting in Gaza paused, Palestinians are appealing for billions of dollars in emergency aid, from heavy machinery to clear rubble to tents and caravans to house people made homeless by Israeli bombardment. One official from the Palestinian Authority estimated immediate funding needs $6.5 billion for temporary housing for Gaza's more than 2 million people, even before the huge task of long-term construction begins. U.S. Special Middle East Envoy Steve Witkoff estimated last week that rebuilding could take 10 to 15 years. Wow, that's a lot of time. But before that, Gazans will have to live elsewhere. Hamas, the militant Palestinian group that has moved quickly to reassert control of Gaza after a temporary ceasefire began last month, says Gaza for immediate needs for 200,000 tents and 60,000 caravans. That's what they have needs for. In the Egyptian city of El Ash, not far from the Rafah crossing with Gaza, about 1,000 trucks carrying aid, including food, medical supplies, caravans, and tents, lined up awaiting entry to Gaza. We have trucks carrying aid and tents. We came from Jordan, and we were supposed to go straight to Rafah, crossing to provide this aid to the Palestinian side and the Gaza Strip, said truck driver Rami El Edwan. Edwan said he and his fellow truck drivers could not figure out the delays caused, having had conflicting explanations from the various parties operating the crossing and delivering aid. In addition, it says there is urgent need for heavy digging equipment to begin clearing millions of tons of rubble left by the war, both to clear ground for housing and to recover more than 10,000 bodies estimated to be buried there. Two Egyptian sources said heavy machinery was waiting at the border crossing and was due to be sent into Gaza from Tuesday. World Food Program's official Anthony Renard said Gaza's food imports had surged since the ceasefire and were already at 2 or 3 times monthly levels before the truce began. But he said there were still impediments to importing medical and shelter equipment, which would be vital to sustain the population, but which Israel considers to have potential dual use, civilian or military. This is a reminder to you that many of the items that are dual use need also to enter into Gaza, like medical and also tents, he told reporters in Geneva. More than 500,000 people who fled northern Gaza have returned home, many with nothing more than what they could carry with them on foot. They were confronted by unrecognizable wasteland of rubble where their houses once stood. I came back to Gaza City to find my house in ruins, with no place else to stay. No tents, no caravans, and not even a place where we can rent, as most of the city was destroyed, said Gaza businessman Ahmad Turk, whose house and wood factory in Gaza City were destroyed by Israeli airstrikes during the war. We don't know when the reconstruction will begin. We don't know if the truce will hold. We don't want to be forgotten by the world, Turk told Reuters via Chat app. Countries from Egypt and Qatar to Jordan, Turkey, and China have expressed readiness to help. But Palestinian officials blamed Israel for delays. Egypt and Qatar both helped broker the ceasefire that has for now stopped the fighting. There was no immediate response from the Israeli military to a request for comment. Bowman, never surrender, never quit.